Maestro, welcome back to Melbourne. It's fantastic to have you here again as we continue our endless Wagnerian journeys. We're up to part 2 of the Ring, but the first night, really, isn't it? I mean, Rheingold's called a prelude, and now this is the first night.
Yeah, because Wagner called it a tetralogy, but most of us still think of it as being the second one. It's easier to think of it that way.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now you're having a bit of a Valkyrie period at the moment.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for your welcome back. It's always a great pleasure to come back to Melbourne, especially in the summer. And yes, indeed, I've been living with Walküre over the last year, because we did it at Loughborough this summer, but in a very much reduced orchestration. 29 players, 16 on the stage, and the rest of them in the pit.
Due to COVID, no doubt.
Due to COVID and being really careful.
Well, I'm pleased to say, as you know, we've got the full 90 for this, our 4 harps and our Wagner tubas and the steel horn and all the rest of the apparatus. So
it's very exciting.
Yeah.
And I did have a taste of doing it with the full works, because I worked with the English National Opera throughout the autumn,
right,
and had one performance in December.
Of Valkyrie?
Of Valkyrie, which
at
was
the Colosseum.
My debut at the Colosseum. It was something I really was looking forward to, and it was a great evening, so I was very happy.
Right, because of your long history with the ENO and, of course, Reginald Goodall.
Well, I haven't had a long history with the ENO, but with Reginald Goodall. But it all started at the ENO, because Reggie Goodall was doing the Master Singers, and I went to rehearsals, and then he started the Ring in 1970, and I was a voluntary assistant, paid nothing.
Why wasn't I told?
And then I went to Germany to audition, and I got my first full-time job in Wuppertal, so I wasn't there for the rest of their Ring.
Right. Did they pay you in Wuppertal?
They certainly paid me in Wuppertal. It was a proper job. But I did get back with Reginald Goodall a decade later at the Welsh National Opera for Tristan, Parsifal and Valkyrie.
Oh, great. And now, to our great delight, we find ourselves on the whole Ring adventure with you at the helm, adding your gravitas to the whole operation, because you go back quite some time with Wagner and the Ring, don't you?
Yeah, I do, although I don't feel very gravitas, but you know what I mean. I have gone back. I mean, it all started with hearing Rheingold under Kempe at Covent Garden, and then going to Bayreuth and seeing the Ring and so on.
And being in the pit.
Yeah, I spent two or three seasons in the pit. That was very exciting.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate to have you here with us, because we have a lot of artists in this cast doing their roles for the first time. So it's great for them to have your experience, particularly as it's an all-Australian cast, which, as you know, we try and very much make a virtue of our situation here at Melbourne Opera, to just show the depth of talent that we do have.
I think that's a wonderful thing. Yeah, and I think the cast is coming up with the goods.
Great.
Very much so.
Because, of course, you've seen Warwick do Alberish?
Warwick, I worked with him on Alberish.
Yes.
But, I mean, he did Pizarro for
with
me in Fidelio.
Yeah. And this now is his first production as full production as Wotan.
Yeah, and I'm very thrilled with what he's doing, because he's got such a wide range of expression, as well as a gigantic voice.
Yes, which you'll need with you. Although we are in this beautiful theatre, which you haven't conducted in, have you?
I haven't. I think it looks lovely, and I've got a good feeling about it.
Yeah. Well, Rheingold was at the Regent. This is at Her Majesty's, and then going to the Loughborough Theatre in Bendigo.
I conducted Fidelio.
Fidelio. And then we've done Rheingold in Bendigo, and then this is coming up here at the end of the month.
I mean, Rheingold, if you remember, we had the works, but it was a rather peculiar seating because of COVID.
Yes, at the
So
Regent.
I didn't have direct contact with some members of the orchestra, so it was quite a strange setup.
But it worked beautifully.
But it worked, but it's much preferable if one can have real contact with every player.
That's right, if you can give them a nice eyeball.
Yeah, well, it's very important.
Absolutely, I agree, totally.
Yeah.
Of course, Warwick was meant to sing Wotan in Rheingold, and just got endlessly entrapped by COVID, hither and thither. He moved all around the country trying to get to Melbourne last February, and just couldn't in the end. So it's great that he's here. He came down early especially.
Yeah.
But then we have Lee Abramson, who sang Isolde with you.
Oh, well, yes, I
and was
feel as though
Freya.
we're a team now, and
Yeah.
she's got the most radiant soprano sound. It's
Making
lovely.
her debut as Sieglinde.
Yeah,
Now, Brad Daly,
yeah.
you're going to see quite a lot of this year.
Brad, my goodness, yes, because he's going to sing Siegfried with us at Loughborough
Yep.
in the summer, and then he's going to sing Siegfried with us here in the concert performance, and then go on, of course, to do it
For the full ring next
in the
year.
full ring. So yes, we're
Yeah,
getting to know each other.
it's very, very good for everybody
Yeah.
involved, I think. And then, of course, Zara Barrett making her debut as Brunhilde, a truly statuesque Brunhilde.
Very much so, yeah. And I mean, she has worked and worked, and it's grown through all the rehearsals, and I'm really excited about what she's doing.
Yeah, good. We have Sarah Sweeting back as
Yeah,
Vicar,
she's
Stephen
doing
Gallup back as Hunding, who was
splendidly.
Fafner.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then we have a rather wonderful crew of Valkyries, led
Amazing
by
team.
no less than Rosamund Illing.
Rosamund Illing comes in and sings the first phrase of Gerhilde, and she jolly well enjoys that
And
first
she'll
thing.
knock people's socks off.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many are in the
No,
orchestra.
it's wonderful having her, but we've also got some absolutely grand team.
Yeah.
You know, really, really vital ladies who are throwing themselves into the warrior roles with gusto
Yes.
and singing extremely well.
I think so. I think it's a great crop of Valkyries
It is indeed.
of various
And we've got
levels.
some good understudy ones as well. So
Well, that's
I mean, I
right, yeah.
congratulate you on having, you know, found, and I mean also we've had Sam Sacker and Eleanor
Greenwood.
Greenwood singing in very, very well as Siegmund and Sieglinde, and Adrian Tamburini doing a Hunding rehearsal.
You see, there's a depth of talent in this city, really. They're all Victorians except for Warwick, that we really need to bring to everybody's attention, that there's a lot more that could be going on here than currently is with all the different circumstances we have. But it's great to have you back as the integral part of the team with Suzanne and Andrew and our beautiful set, which we're moving from theatre to theatre as we go through this ring experience.
Well, I mean, for me, it's also so wonderful to have you, your energy, which is leading this whole project, and we can do this together. But it makes a huge difference.
All the best for opening. We open on
Yeah.
February the 9th, and then the whole box and dice goes up to Bendigo.